Hello there, people. Apologize for there not being a Raw review. I was at my friend's house watching. We went to go watch. But today I'm gonna be doing a review on Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. Also tomorrow during the day I'm probably gonna do WrestleMania predictions. If I don't do it tomorrow, I'll do it Thursday for sure. If I don't do it tomorrow, but um. Today I'm going to be talking about Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. And I'm going to say this. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes. Fuck them. They're so wrong. It is not a 30%. And some of these, I don't understand why people like to base their opinions on what critics said. I'm sorry, I've always found that dumb. Watch it for yourself. That's always been my motto. Why I have to watch something for myself. Because there's many, like, they gave Sharknado, like, an 80%, I heard. Like, are you fucking kidding me? But, okay, I don't want to... I'll probably do, like, in a video where I look at stupid comments about BVS, but I want to talk... Here, I'm just going to strictly talk about the movie. I liked it. Directed by Zack Snyder. I liked it. I'm going to say, I mean, there's a little bit of qualms I have with it, but for the most part, I really liked it. I thought, it did it. And this has been a movie I have been wanting for, like, since I was a kid. I mean, ever since I watched the first World's Finest animated one, I loved it. And now we finally get to see it on the big screen. And that's really what I watched this for. For me, I am more worried about them messing up Justice League, which I don't think they will. I thought this is a pretty good indicator. I'm liking the direction they're taking. The DC universe. I'm liking the... So, the story pretty much is Ben Affleck is Batman, which I think he killed it. I think, to me, he's probably... I'm gonna be honest, guys. I like him... I personally prefer him as Batman over Bale. Sorry. And this is just saying as Batman. I still think Christian Bale was a much better Bruce Wayne. I think he was. Yes, he was a better Bruce Wayne. Definitely. But I feel like Ben Affleck was a much better Batman. I actually like Batman in this. And there are a lot of... Batman, though, in this movie is definitely based off of The Dark Knight Returns Batman, which is pretty much what this whole movie, in a sense, is based off of. Lex Luthor is played by Jesse Eisenberg. He was going to be one of the only things I didn't like about the movie. I mean, I don't think he was great. I think my problem, he was too much like the Joker and the Riddler. Lex Luthor's not. And I still think he looks a little too young. Whenever he's on screen with, Henry or fucking Ben Affleck, he looks like a college kid. I'm like, Lex Luthor is a businessman. Like, I kind of wanted that Lex, but at least he shaved his head in the end of the movie, so. But let's really get through it. So the movie pretty much starts off, they show you, Bruce's parents' death. Which a lot of people are complaining, oh, why do they have to show that again? It was like, what, a couple seconds they showed it? That's my cat in the background, sorry. Don't mind that. If you hear wailing in the background, it's my cat. But, so yeah, it starts off kind of like a funeral. I'm guessing it's a funeral. It starts off as with a funeral, them people carrying a coffin, and then you see, before I start going into it, as always, spoiler alert, I always will give spoilers in my reviews. I don't believe in doing 2 reviews. Doing 1, there will be spoilers, so if this is a spoiler warning, so don't watch this video if you still haven't seen BVS, but back to it. So, you see Bruce's parents get killed, which I actually thought it was pretty sad, honestly. I mean, I still, as much as I love the 89 version, I think the death in this was just quick. You just see his parents get shot, and then you move and you see Batman, Bruce Wayne, going around helping people out. I guess he's in Metropolis during the Zod attack. This was during the battle between Superman and Zod. Which, I thought it was kind of cool seeing that, because, and in this universe, Gotham and Metropolis are pretty much next to each other. So that's how the movie starts off, and then it jumps 18 months later. and they go to Africa, and I think they're at some like terrorist guy stronghold, and Lois is trying to do an interview. Apparently, the guy she was with was tracking them, so they all big shootout, and then Superman comes when the guy captures Lois, and then the guy just dies. Just randomly gets thrown through the building. What I really liked about the movie too, I liked how they incorporated the news. You know, you saw CNN, you see Anderson Cooper, you see Nancy Grace, even though I hate that fucking cunt. But I really liked that. I really liked the more realistic touch on this universe. And people, I'm gonna be honest, as much as I love Christopher Reeve Superman, which I'm gonna be honest, people, there have only been, in my opinion, two good Reeve films, and that was the first two. The last two sucked. Whatever. I like Henry Cavill's Superman. I like the more realistic Superman. I'm tired of the cheesy Boy Scout Superman. Superman has character. He actually has flaws. I actually like the direction they're going, and well, we know later on, but so yeah, so pretty much since that incident, people are starting to really question Superman. They're starting to be like, oh, is this guy good or a god, or is he here to help us out? And I like the questions that is being asked here. And then you also see a scene where Batman attacked like I think it was like some sexual trafficking guy, and he was like branded with a battering. Oh god, it was deep. And the cops show up, and it was just, you learn that Batman he in his mind thinks Superman is an enemy because he feels like this guy has so much power, and he saw what happened after Man of Steel. He doesn't want to let more people die, so he pretty much wants to get rid of Superman in this. That's pretty much what his plan is. And then also I like Amy Adams as Lois. I think she did really good. Just wish she had black hair. Like, wish they could have just given her a black wig, because Lois isn't a redhead. She's black hair. Um, she but I still think Amy Adams did pretty good. And then you're introduced to Lex Luthor by him just playing basketball, which is a little weird. And then they show him. Oh, also, yeah, you see Scott Divers finding kryptonite. Um, I like that they find the kryptonite finally, because there's really no mention of kryptonite in Man of Steel. So yeah, they find kryptonite. Lex just pretty much shows it and says, "Hey, this could help us if this Kryptonian goes bad or something." And then Lex has like this, I guess, gala or some big party. Bruce comes, I guess, because he wants to get the kryptonite and stuff. So there we get a first look at Gal Gadot. Is that what her name is? Gal Gadot? I don't know. But you see her first as Diana Prince. She's at the party, but Bruce, I guess, is trying to follow her, but she ends up escaping. Then you also have the interaction between Clark and Bruce, which was a really good scene, I thought. I thought it was a really good scene. But, and a lot, like, most of the movie is pretty much, it's kind of more, I feel like this movie definitely is more focused on Bruce. And, it was a good, yeah, the other half is them definitely having the moral false god analogy with Superman. I like that. I mean, there was even a guy who like used a tagged false god on the Superman statue. Um, then Batman attacks the White Portuguese where the boat with the kryptonite is. And I think he was trying to steal the kryptonite, but then Superman shows up. This is where they first are on screen together, and I ain't gonna lie, I nerded out. Like, seeing them on screen together. And I'm gonna be honest, I like the Batman voice in this movie a lot better than I do in the Nolan films. Which, don't get me wrong, that's one of the only few things I didn't like about the Nolan films was the Batman voice. It just sounded kind of ridiculous. In this movie, it actually sounds pretty good. Like, he does a decent job masking his voice, but it doesn't sound like he has throat cancer. So, but yeah, and that's where he delivers the "Do you bleed, you will" line. So Superman just kind of gives him a warning, and then that's where Batman delivers the "Do you bleed" line. So, but he puts a tracker on the kryptonite, so he finds it, and it's at Luthor's research center. And I think at this point is where they have the UN thing, where Sander Finch pretty much wants Superman to come so he can address the issues and problems, which I thought was a good scene. The only problem is I wish it would have went a little longer. I really didn't like it. They walked in there and boom, it just like she says a few things and then the guy in the wheelchair just blows up, and the one thing I do like is also you find out later that Lex pretty much manipulated everything. Batman, well, Bruce was, I guess, getting some papers, and there's like writings of "you let her die," "your blind opened your eyes." It was pretty much Lex pretty much playing everybody. And I think he did that part really well. I actually like that was actually pretty done well. And after that, Superman pretty much leaves because I think he realizes, oh my god, I think he's starting to doubt himself. He probably doesn't think the world is ready for Superman. Also, he has a scene with his mom where his mom was saying like, "You're a hero" and all that. You don't have to save these people and all that. It was a really nice scene. Also, his mother gets kidnapped by Lex. So does Lois. So and then her and Lex have a scene, which I thought was really well done. It reminded me of the animated series, and that's what I like about this new Superman universe. For me, reminds me of Superman the animated series. It really does, like in a lot of ways. And so Lex pushes her off a building. Superman saves her. Also, before that, Superman, I guess, I don't know if this was like a dream. Oh, God, I can't believe I skipped this part. The big dream sequence where Batman, this is where he's in like that brown leather coat with I guess he was gonna go get some kryptonite from some guy, and I guess they turn on him, and these soldiers with like Superman symbol just start killing everybody, and they try to attack Batman. Okay, a lot of people don't really like, though, in this scene, because Batman, I guess, goes around shooting people. I agree. It probably, realistically, Batman shouldn't be shooting people. But, it's a dream sequence. That's why I give it a pass. It's a dream sequence. And then Batman gets captured, and then you see Superman come down, and, like, the troops, the soldiers just, like, get on their knees, and it just... Oh my, it really reminded me of Injustice. That's what I liked about that scene, though. I still like it, because it did remind me of Injustice. A lot. So yeah. So, pretty much Lex's plan is he wants Superman to fight Batman. You see Batman have a little bit of a training sequence, and then he finds out that there's other superhumans, like you see the Flash symbol, Cyborg symbol, and Aquaman's. Um, then so Lex tells Superman that he has his mother, and that if he doesn't kill Batman, that he'll kill his mother. So Superman has to pretty much fight Batman. And then this was awesome, definitely. Because at this point in the movie, Batman turns on his bat symbol, he's in his armor, and he's all ready to go, and then they finally fight. And I gotta say, the fight was amazing. This fight was so awesome. Just Batman he was very resourceful, using like a kryptonite canister. Hold on. Yeah, when he threw that kryptonite canister and like the kryptonite smoke imploded in Batman's face, I thought that was very well done. And then when Superman tries to swing at Batman, and Batman just blocks it. Oh my god, I marked out. And then Batman does the scene you saw in the trailer where Batman jumped on Superman through the trailer, through like the roof. And then they just go at it, and then Superman gets his powers back. Like, there's one scene where Batman just kept punching Superman, and then you start hearing the metal. Like, that was done very well. I really like this fight. And then Batman gets control again by shooting Superman in the face with kryptonite, and then he swings him around the wall a couple times. Then he throws him on the ground. Oh, wait, no, he throws him on the ground, then he swings him on the wall a couple times, and he gets the kryptonite spear. He's about to stab Batman. Then Batman says he'll save Martha, and that reminds him, I guess, because that was Batman's mother, and he asks her, like, why did he say that? And then Lois shows up, and she pretty much says, oh, that's his mom. Then they stop fighting, which some people like, why did it end like that? But I liked it, man. Honestly, I'll get to my qualms. I honestly really only have one big one, to be honest. Um, then, then you see, I guess, Lex is in Zod's ship, and you see him, he's actually planning on doing something. So Batman and Superman team up. Batman goes to save Martha Kent from being captured, which he does, which I love. I like Batman's fighting style in this movie. It's much more, like, smooth in this. I really like his fighting style in this movie. So, yeah. Um, so yeah, he whoops ass, and then he saves her. And then Superman confronts Lex, and then Lex tells him that he made Doomsday. And you see Doomsday coming out, and then they fight, him and Superman fight, which I thought Doomsday looked really good. He didn't look super fake either. I'm happy. The special effects in this movie were very well done. Score's really good, I thought. And really good fight scenes, and then Superman and Doomsday go at it. Then Superman. Also, I really liked when CNN covered in the movie. You see CNN covering. Oh my God, there's a creature attacking Metropolis. I'm like, I really like them incorporating CNN in this movie. It really drives the realism home in this movie. So Superman takes Doomsday up in space. Then, then the government tried to nuke him, which it didn't work. It made Doomsday stronger, and then you see the spikes grow. Superman was knocked out temporarily. Batman realizes he's in his bat plane. He has to go, he sees Doomsday, and then he realizes he needs his kryptonite spear, so he goes back to Gotham. So we have the final battle there. Then Wonder Woman shows up, and she comes in like a boss. Cause like, I guess Doomsday's did his like ray attack, or like shoots like heat vision, I guess, that's Batman, and then like Wonder Woman comes in and blocks it with like cool music plays when she shows up. And then Superman comes, and then yeah, Superman was knocked out in space, and then the sun gave him powers again. It was very well done, and then they all just interact for a second, and it was very well done. I actually thought the scene where Batman's like, is she with you? And then thought she was with you. I thought it was pretty funny. I thought that was a nice little humor there. And then as soon as they were on screen together, I mean, this is where the movie picked up. They fought Doomsday. Well, mainly Batman and Wonder Woman. Superman and Wonder Woman did. And people are like, why didn't Batman do more? People, Batman cannot fight Doomsday, dude. He barely can fight Bane. Doomsday is a super being. Physically, Batman cannot just go and just fight him like that. But it was very well done. I think Gal Gadot killed it as Wonder Woman. I honestly think I was doubtful of her, because I was like, she looks a little, because to me, she just looked like a girl. It was just, she looked like a model playing Wonder Woman. She didn't look like Wonder Woman, but then I actually watched her on screen, and she fucking killed it. So, and the fight, and then Superman saves Lois, because she ends up drowning, and then she throws the kryptonite spear into the water, where he falls in the water and he gets her, but he sees the kryptonite, so he gets weakened. And then they're out in the battle. Wonder Woman's still fighting Doomsday. Superman gets the kryptonite spear, and he realizes that could kill him, but he decides to sacrifice himself, so he flies right at Doomsday with that spear pointed at him. Then they go, and then bam, stabs him. Well, I think Batman also sprayed that kryptonite mist at Doomsday, Then Superman stabs him, but then I think Doomsday stabs him to hold them together, and then Doomsday dies. But I think that could kill Superman too. Lois, Wonder Woman, helps Superman down, and then they have this big funeral, which it's kind of reminiscent of the death of Superman, the comic, which is really what it was. It was reminiscent of that. I like how they kind of mixed, two different comics because they mixed Dark Knight Returns and then Death of Superman in the end there, and then there you forgot this scene. Wonder Woman gets a message from Batman, and you see a photo of her. I'm guessing it's a photo from the Wonder Woman movie that's coming out next year, so it's gonna be a prequel. It's gonna be before BVS. So in this movie, she's gonna, so I guess it's gonna be a prequel before BVS. So, and then you see the clips of Cyborg and Flash and Aquaman, which I thought were very well done. Some people didn't like. Were like, oh, there's too many characters. I knew Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg weren't gonna have any big roles. They were just gonna have a minor role, which it was. Like, I mean, they were only there just in a clip, really. They weren't even really in the movie. They were just in clips. But later in the movie, they have the funeral. Batman says he failed Superman, and then he wants to find them and form a group to pretty much fight against injustice, which pretty much this movie that part sets up Justice League, which I thought it did really well. And then Lois throws dirt into the Superman's coffin, and you see like a big crowd paying tribute, which was really nice. And then you see also Lex gets put in jail, and then they cut his hair so he's shaved. And then Batman comes to him and talks to him for a second, and then punches the wall. It was kind of cool. It was cool seeing that little ending there. Then Wonder Woman pays tribute. Not Wonder Woman. Lois says her like last goodbye to Superman and walks away. The dirt on Superman's coffin, you can see it rising. So it's obvious he's coming back. I mean, it's obvious. And that's kind of what my qualm is with this. I thought about this. Don't get me wrong, the death of Superman scene was done well. I still think it was done well, but I felt like you didn't need to put Doomsday in this movie. I would have preferred them to either use Metallo or, but I guess they wanted a reason for Wonder Woman and Batman and Superman to be in one screen together. And I guess you need a villain that's really big with Doomsday, and I guess that makes sense. But I still feel like I would have preferred Bizarro. I think Bizarro would have worked better, because I think killing Superman is a little too soon. Especially when you know he's coming back. And it's like, you didn't need... I felt like I would have preferred, if you're going to bring Doomsday in a movie, I would have preferred him to come later. Maybe that, I don't know, that's just me. This is just the second movie with Cavill, and you quote-unquote killed him, and like, I would have preferred, if you're going to do the death of Superman, they should have did that later on. But I guess maybe Zack Snyder was like, maybe they want to get it out the way, so in case, maybe they just don't want to do a movie on it. Which I think, I don't know, like, if they do the movie, it's going to be pointless now. But, I mean, that was honestly, my only gripe with the movie. But besides that, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Where do I rank this in terms of superhero movies? I enjoyed it. I would probably say, definitely, I really like the comic book accuracy. I love the references to the comics in the movie. I thought all that was very well done. I think definitely another really good comic book movie. So as a movie, I'm going to be honest, I think Deadpool's just slightly better. Just because I think Deadpool's just a better movie. Just as a movie, I think it was better slightly. But I still enjoyed BVS, though. I still enjoyed this movie. So, I mean, that's really all I gotta say. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I definitely advise you to go see it. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes. Don't base your opinion. Go see it for yourself. Definitely. I would advise you to go see it. If you're a comic book fan, if you're a DC fan, I would advise you to go see it. And, well, I mean, that's all I really gotta say about it. I gotta give it a rating. If I were to give it a rating out of 10, I thought about it, I would give it an 8.5. I think a solid 8.5 works because I think it's good. There's a little bit of qualms in it. That's not going to give it like a 9, but I still think it's close to a 9. But other than that, guys, I enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow or Thursday if I don't do the video tomorrow, where I'll do my WrestleMania predictions. But other than that, guys, I'll signing off. I'll see you guys tomorrow or Thursday. Peace.